The bright lights here in Las Vegas, there exists a different way of life where God and not gambling is the focus. In her new book, How I Got Cultured, a Nevada memoir, Phyllis Barber writes about her Mormon upbringing here and the temptations of the glitz and glamour of the Strip. Phyllis, welcome back to Las Vegas. It's been 6 years. What did you think when you saw the Strip after 6 years away?
It's changed so much in 6 years, I can't believe it. I was overwhelmed.
Really?
Yes.
How has it changed, just in terms of the development?
Development, and it's much larger and much, used to be able to feel the desert here, but now you feel the buildings on the Strip.
Now, you grew up in Boulder City when you were 12 years old. That's about 25 miles from here, right?
Right.
When you were 12 years old, your family decided to move to Las Vegas. Was it a bit of a culture shock?
It was a huge culture shock because Boulder City is a government town that was built to build the Hoover Dam. And Las Vegas is a much different experience. That was like a Midwest town, and this was like coming to a Wild West town.
A lot of people might be surprised how big the Mormon population is here. I guess the Church of Latter-day Saints estimates that something like 70,000 Mormons live in Las Vegas. How did so many Mormons come to live here?
Well, I will tell you that my great-great-grandfather was one of the first settlers that came here. The Mormon Church was trying to colonize and make a corridor from Salt Lake to San Bernardino. And in 1855, they had an Indian mission here. In 1865, they had a muddy mission to try to help make this corridor possible.
What was it like growing up Mormon in Las Vegas? Difficult?
Well, it was like we weren't really obviously Mormons because we were so much involved in the community, but we kept our own selves to ourselves on Sundays and in our own ward.
And the Mormon population here in Las Vegas really peacefully coexists with the tourists and the other people here, despite the fact that Mormons cannot gamble, they cannot drink, they cannot smoke, and do many of the things that the partiers in this town do.
Right.
Why do you think they get along so well?
Well, I think the Mormons take care of a lot of the services, the CPAs, the laundries, the things like that, and that they're useful. And the Strip is just a strip, and most tourists just see this when they come. They don't see that there's a huge city.
You were sort of simultaneously attracted and repulsed by the glitz and the glamour, perhaps not repulsed, but you were attracted to the swankiness of the Strip. Tell me about that and how that was difficult in your family.
Well, I mean, I love to dance, and I thought being a showgirl would be the best thing that could happen to anyone. And of course, my mother didn't think that was such a good idea. So I went off to college, but it was very appealing because their pictures were always in the paper, and there was a lot of attention given to the glamour.
And you were part of the Rhythmettes, right?
Right. We had a Las Vegas Rhythmettes in the high school.
Well, it's very interesting, and I wish we had more time. You've written a book about it, and your book, again, is called?
How I Got Cultured, a Nevada memoir.
All right. Well, Phyllis Barber, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Up next, Mr. Engelbert Humperdinck. But first, from Las Vegas, this is a special edition of Today on NBC.